With not long to go until Crossroads, we welcome you here tonight to the penultimate prime before our second big event of the season. I am the troublemaker Chloe James at your service for this evening as we get set for quite possibly a massive night on deck this evening. As tonight, we once again will see the current fight for the right holder Vash and Stampede face off against Kenshin. But not only that, here's tonight. In your main event of the evening, we will in fact see a rematch from the All-Star Grand Slam 5 take place as Alex takes on Kiru. All of this, including much more here tonight on Prime. And we are starting it off hot right here tonight on Prime here, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set for one of the left for a qualifying encounter for the Sky High Triple Threat match that will take place at Crossroads, as Terra is already set to face off against Lucio at that event in question. But tonight, Dave Strider will be one of the two men looking to have an opportunity to face off in that match for that very championship. And you have to wonder, especially given everything that we have seen from the Night of Time over the last few seasons, as it were, and ever since his invariable inception into the Sky High division, and just in general with everything in regards to being a part of the brand, as it were. You now have to wonder if this is going to be his time finally to make it to the top of the mountain, as it were, as Sky High champion, especially given all the faces that have come into the division since being brought in. However, there is one name in particular who I feel like very personally may have something to say on this regard. And that's him right there. Takumi has made it very clear, and the sniper of Hoshido has definitely made a statement of intent that he is very much wanting to become Sky High champion in his own right, since seemingly been denied it several times over the course of the last few seasons. Hell, one would argue that he was one of the topper names to be listed as members of the Sky High division to become champion initially, but since then, he has been stuck. So for two men here tonight, this is an opportunity to finally regain one more opportunity at the Sky High Championship, especially given who is already in that and who is currently champion. You reasonably have to question yourself that there's a lot at stake for both of these men, and I think it needs to be made absolutely clear as we get set for your opening contest here tonight on Prime 144. And we are set for that right here and now, as we get set here, and Dave Strider with a beautiful DDT for what's worth with that one there. And putting it in early, putting in that work early against Takumi here tonight. And more or less making it very clear and very stated in regards to that one, but Takumi fighting back hard, as it were, against Dave Strider and going right for it into the corner. Ramming hard with their shots, but no, Dave reversing it just like that. Now going right back into the well already with that one and kicking him right there with that as well. Hardline focusing on it as well, but no, Takumi catching him in a moment of distractions right there, and now going for the pin. Only netting himself a 1 against Takumi, however, and no! Standing moonsault does not give him any kind of advantage in the way against Takumi, as Takumi goes right back onto the hard-hitting shots and continuing to just pummel down on Strider at this point. Dave Strider already seemingly having taken the full advantage at this point, but is now seemingly taken away from the driver's seat position in regards to that one by Takumi. And that side kick, and now Kamagoye for good measure as well with that one. Takumi making it very clear in the opening moments of this match that despite everything, he is not one to be denied with that one in regards to this one, and flinging Dave right to the outside for good measure. Corkscrew moonsault for good measure as well. Settling down, and now Dave. No! Short arm clothesline right there by Takumi, and no, Takumi being brought right back down to earth for good measure. And now Dave. No. No. Takumi simply saying no in that regard. And hard hitting kicks in yet another Kamagoye. A second Kamagoye hitting the target just like that in a roundhouse for good measure on the outside by Takumi. Referee, however, is counting away with that one. They need to bring this right back into the ring now. And as we're up to 7 at this point, the boys quickly realize they gotta bring it right back into the ring. And no! Takumi taunting for one moment, and no! Just as it counts to 9. Dave flings himself right to the outside, restarting the count again. Now shoving him into the ropes, a bit of a show of force right there from Dave Strider for all intents and purposes. And an elbow right from the top of the rope onto Takumi as well. Takumi is not looking good so far in this match, if we can be clear at this point. It's certainly not looking as though that he's on his best A game, if we can be honest here with this one. And Dave once again resetting the counter again, focusing hardline here at this point. But really, that's constantly been Dave's entire thing, that he wants to try and maintain that advantage from the outside, as it were, and keep it going. And as you can see, he has seemingly maintained that advantage here, continuously going back and forth with Takumi on the outside here, and only now deciding to bring it right back inside. Takumi, on the other hand, tried to flank him a little bit early with that one, but no! There we go, the crossbody hit that time around, now going for the pin. Only getting a 2 count with that crossbody there. And Dave is already right back up and running there. Settling him down, and now Takumi in a bad way with a drop kick from one corner to another. And now Dave setting up Takumi onto the ropes with that one here. And now, wait a second, what on earth is he thinking here? The show of athleticism right there in a shotgun dropkick for good measure as well. Stopping Takumi in his tracks from getting out of the ropes there, from getting out of the ring. Flinging him right back into the ring as well for good measure. And continuing to dish out the pain by bringing Takumi up to the top of the rope. And it's not looking good for the sniper of Hoshido here, because he's being set up for a superplex. And that superplex hits the target. And if he hits this, if he goes up and no, Takumi knows what's coming. He knew he was sizing himself up for the scratch there. And Takumi managing to delay the scratch for only a little bit. But a series of glorious kicks right to the head may have denied it for only so long at this point. But no, Takumi with an enziguri. Now Takumi focusing his efforts hard here. But Dave, no, getting caught. Dave gets caught. And Takumi getting hit as well for good measure. These two with such playing history involved, trading shot for shot, blow for blow at this point here. You realistically gotta think to yourself, which one of these two are gonna have the harder wills, especially as Dave Strider gets busted open and Takumi with the backhand at this point. And the harder hitting stops right to the back, hitting him on the surfboard, and now going for those short arm strikes right down to the mountain punches for good measure as well. To put it very bluntly here, especially with an additional Kamagoye for good measure here, it looks as though Dave might be in trouble at this point. 2, no! Only netting of a 2 with that Kamagoye for a second time in the match. no. Takumi with that super kick as well. And now focusing his efforts hard on the already busted open skull of Dave Strider. And it's now looking Dave mounting some level of a counterattack with this one, flipping over the top rope with that one there. Now going right back into it again. Sending him right back into the ring one more time with that one. And now, oh, God! BME, best moonsault ever right there by Dave Strider. And now focusing hard on making sure Takumi does not get out of the ring again. But Takumi lying in wait right there just like that. And no, trying to hit it with that spear one more time. Just like that, but a snap DDT reversal right there by Dave Strider. He needs to capitalize. Dave, no, Takumi setting him up again, and no! Corkscrew arm jack for a second time, countering it. And now going up top, we could be looking for the end here. The scratch! 1, 2, 3. No! Just when you thought it was all over, Dave unfortunately has to come to the revelation that it is not over. But that doesn't mean he's gonna not go all out here. Oh my God! Through the ropes with a beautiful Hurricane Run and a sliced bread on the outside for good measure as well. Dave Strider showing his full arsenal right here tonight. And making it clear he would not be denied. Going up top, setting up shop one more time for a second scratch. Hitting it hard. No hesitation. 1, 2, 3. No! What? What? No! No, 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 no. There's no way. There's no way he just kicked out 2 scratches twice. Are you kidding me here? Are you kidding me here, Takumi? There's no way you did that twice. Here's the thing, I don't even think Dave can even believe it at this point, but Takumi is continuing to fight back here at this point. This match keeps on going here, and we keep on seeing these two go back and forth. Takumi just blaring out hard, but no, Dave reversing it one more time. Dave, no. Takumi reversing it with the high kicks and the barraging of assaults right there by Takumi onto Dave. Disaster kick off the ropes, just like that. And Takumi once again focusing hard on making sure that he is away from the ropes here. 1, 2, no, only a 2 count again. At this point, you have to reasonably start asking yourself, what the hell is it going to take for either of these men to win the match here tonight? Because they're putting it all out here in the ring here tonight, and here we are, here in this one moment. And, oh, God, with the hard-hitting kick right to the skull, just like that. Takumi on the ropes just like that, but no, Takumi reversing it just like that, and the forearm denied with a step out of the way. And now Takumi being sent into the ropes, being sent up top. It's not looking good for Takumi here, being clobbered. And that senton right to the outside as well. Again, it is not looking good for Takumi here. And a sliced bread onto the outside for good measure. You reasonably have to start thinking to yourself, how do I end this match? How do I end him? I think for better or for worse, Dave is about to find out for good for himself. And here we go. He's setting it up for the one move that he knows can end it all off just like that. End of time from the top of the rope. End of time from the top of the rope. And Takumi looks like he's out cold. 1, 2, 3. The Night of Time simply ends it with the end of time. And once again proving to everyone here that despite all of their reservations, Dave Strider is still one of the harder hitting men within this division, and he can go. He can absolutely go with the best of them. And tonight,
I guess it only makes sense that after all this time, you would come back and say to these people that you're the true hero around here after what I did to you. Wouldn't you, Rock? And it infuriates me because when you made your little passionate plea to all of them, they agreed with you that you were their hero. I mean, it's sickening. The way that they just lap up any kind of wannabe behavior, when in reality you are the truest form of fake there is, Rock Howard. And I am sick and tired of having to deal with it. So, I spoke with Seto Kaiba regarding this matter and he has agreed. You and I have to settle this one-on-one at Crossroads, for the greater good of this brand. So, I'll see you next week, Wolf, to finally be able to tell you this to your face. Rock Howard, you are never going to be a hero for these people. You will always be remembered as the person whose jealousy nearly killed this company. And you will never be forgiven by me or the fans that know the truth.
absolutely disgusting words that we had to hear from Midoriya. And the fact that apparently now I am indeed getting confirmation that we will in fact be seeing, for the first time ever, Midoriya Izuku versus Rock Howard at Crossroads in that encounter. And to say that that matchup happening under these circumstances is disgusting to me is putting it mildly. But you know what? I'm gonna save my vitriol for when these two meet next week on the penultimate episode, on the final episode of Prime before Crossroads. When those two eventually do meet in the ring, and we do finally get those words, I hope Midoriya Izuku gets a sock in the fucking mouth for what he ends up, for what he's done to Rock Howard this season, because, you know what, fuck it, I'll just say it, he has become a petulant child. I will say that. I will go on the record and say that to everyone who believed that he was not this petulant child, he absolutely is. And he deserves everything that he's getting to him, or will be getting to him come Crossroads. But anyway, I just had to get that off my chest a little bit. We have another matchup to look forward to with this one, don't we? And in the ring already is someone who I am obviously not too happy to see at this point in time. But coming out right now is someone who I am very, very happy to see. Given the fact that we have not seen him throughout the majority of last season, the fact that he's been making a resurgence this season, I will definitely go and say it is great to see Kenshin Nomura regularly on ACL programming again after the last few seasons that he has had. To be fair, while he has played the background, while he has been playing mentor to a lot more of the people in the back, one could very much argue that after everything that has happened the last few years, Kenshin coming back around in this way is good to see in some small part, especially given what we have been seeing in the recency. And the Wandering Otherside definitely tonight is looking to make looking to get one more win underneath his notch this season after having a not so great start to his own season, as it were. And what better way to do it than by facing off against the current fight for the right holder and someone who he very much well has a history with in his own right, in Vash Stampede. And we're set for our second match of the night here tonight, everyone. And immediately from the word go, Vash is immediately taking the reins of this contest, going all out in regards to this here. And immediately, as soon as I say that, Kenshin goes on a walloping spree right there onto Vash. Oh, and a hard-hitting clobbering right there by Vash onto Kenshin immediately douses that fire out. But no Kenshin. But if there's anything that Kenshin is, it's not being denied at this point. And reasonably speaking here with this, if there is anyone who could reasonably put their fire to work against their opponent, it is definitely the man you're seeing in front of you right now. I mean, you're looking at a former world champion. You're looking at someone who very much has had his finger on the pulse, as it were, in regards to this sort of thing. And arguably speaking here, it is someone who knows exactly what needs to get done in the ring. And we're seeing it put to good use right here and now, as Kenshin immediately puts himself back into working over Vash's Stampede at this point, despite one moment where it looked as though that Vash was actually going to take the lead at that point in time. But now Vash is indeed walloping him right back down, continuing to wallop him down just like that, with a neck breaker just like that. But reasonably speaking here, I don't think this is something that you can expect to last for too long, especially given Vash. But no, Kenshin clipping him just like that. Clipping him and now going for a short arm lariat for good measure. But Vash is already back up and at him just like that. And wait a minute, no DDT from Vash denied as Kenshin gets the hell out of dodge just like that. Sending him up to the top of the rope like it was nothing, sending him right back down for good measure as well. And this is where you have to worry yourself a little bit here, because Vash can get pretty damn vicious if he's not careful about this sort of thing. Oh, and walloping him right to the side of the skull for good measure as well. And walloping him again! Focusing hard on that head of Kenshin Imura for good measure. Which is good, given the fact that most of the arsenal of Kenshin does involve having to focus hard on the legs for good measure. But now Kenshin going right back onto us with that one there. Oh! Just as I say that, mercy killing, is that already the end here? But no, only a 2. Only a 2 with that one. And now just walloping, trading blows between one another. The walloping of flesh and the bone meeting each other right in the face just like that. Both of them just continuing to trade blow after blow after blow after blow after blow again. Having to make you wonder exactly which one is going to be the one to stop it at this point. And it looks as though, no! We thought that Vash was going to be the one to close it off. But no, it's clobbering time for both of these men. And Kenshin looks as though he gained the upper hand with that one. Setting him up right there with a ramming knee strike into the corner. Kenshin focusing hard on those strikes there, sending him sending Vash down. Now focusing his strength hard, sending Vash sending Kenshin into the ropes, but Kenshin with a blunt blade roundhouse just like that. 2. No, only a 2 count. No, only a 2 count right there as Kenshin sizes Vash up, trying to wear him down again. Is he looking for a second mercy killing? But no, mercy killing denied! And a kick right to the head. A big boot right to the skull right there of Kenshin. And, oh, vertical suplex, but no! Bridging it, going right into a second, and looking for the 3 amigos right there with the suplexes. One after another, just like that. And ramming those leather gloves right into the skull of Kenshin. It's not looking good, and an 8 defeat doesn't help matters either. Focusing hard on that skull of Kenshin, and he's looking to put an end to it just like that with a HT 2020 pile driver. Dead center in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, no, only a 3 count. Only a 2 count, not making it to the 3 count just yet. The fans are saying fight forever, but do you really want that given what's about to happen here? Jesus Christ, a DDT right to the skull, onto the apron of the ring. And Kenshin Himura's skull that has already withstood so much pain and so much brutality in this match already, may severely be traumatized at this point, for better or for worse. And yet he's distracting him with a taunt right there! And a high-flying kick just like that! 1, 2... Only netting him a 2 count for that one. Torquing at the neck now. It is not looking good for Vash. Walloping him down just like that. Kenshin now thinking, how am I gonna take him out? You gotta be thinking to yourself, after all those blows to the head, the power driver and the DDT on the apron with that one, you've realistically got to be thinking to yourself, how on earth is Kenshin going to come back from all of that when he has had so much damage hit to him with that one? Clothesline denied, however. Vash, on the other hand, trying to twist at the arm, but Kenshin denying it just like that. Wait a minute, what on earth is Vash thinking here? But no, God, lawn darting him right there into the corner. Right there into the turnbuckle, as it were. And oh God, what on earth is Vash thinking him? Slingshotting him into the ropes! Right onto the middle rope for good measure as well. Wearing down the body of Kenshin Himura at this point. And pretty much seizing him for all it's worth. And once again going once more for those 3 amigos suplexes. Right there, catching him one after another with that one there. Right now, Vash very much already knows exactly how this is going to end. He's pretty much just playing around with Kenshin at this point. Oh God, and a running power slam right there. It's just, at what point do you realistically gotta say to yourself that this is over? This is fine. I can just go for the pin at this point. Instead, no. He's taking joy in just decimating Kenshin just like that. and setting him down for $10 billion bounty. 1, 2, 3. No! Excuse me. No. And Vash is furious at this point. He is absolutely pissed. And yet Kenshin is still in this. I'm sorry, but Kenshin Himura, after every bit of damage he has sustained in this matchup so far, is still in this, managing a blood blade strike right to the skull, and is now, he's looking to finish it off with one more mercy killing. 1, 2, 3, no! Damn it! Damn it all, I thought that was it. I thought that was gonna be it. I thought that Vash was down for that count, and no! Vash taking full advantage of it now. Sizing it up. Vash has become more psychotic in his ring maneuvers, if we can be honest here. Especially given the fact that he played around and waited for Kenshin on the outside just like that. Waited for the perfect moment to strike again. And is now taking pleasure in almost tearing Kenshin apart in the ring just like that. And while Kenshin is definitely mounted and is continuing to mount some level of a counterattack with that one, reasonably you have to question how long this will be able to go on for. Especially given the fact that Vash is already back up. Another defeat. He's pretty much calling for the end here now. One more HT 2020 Pile Driver. No! He's going for the $10 billion bounty again! 1, 2, 3. Say what you will about Vash's Stampede in the past tonight, he proved that he has become more methodical, he has become more psychotic, and he's become more focused since winning Fight for the Right. And if this is the kind of Vash that may become world champion, I'm terrified for Kanji or Chris.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a. We're gonna do it. Give us any chance, we'll take it. Resist any rule, we'll break it. We're gonna make our dreams come true. Do it our way. What would we do, baby, without us? What would we do, baby, without us?
And there ain't no nothing we can't love each other through. There's more to life than what you're living. So take a chance and face the wind. An open road and a road that's hit. A brand new life around the bend. There were times. As long as we got each other, we got the world spinning right in our hands, baby, you and me.
We gotta be.
Everything you've got, taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away?
Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. Saturday, what a day. Grooving all week with you. These days are ours. Share them with me.
A lot of people get this idea that I'm going into this match with Chris in 2 weeks not giving it my best. Simply because this season has gotten off on the wrong foot. Let's clear this air right now about this. I've been frustrated, things haven't gone my way, yes, I'll admit that. But in regards to defending this title, make no mistake, I'm not about to be punked out by some kid who can't figure out who he truly is. So let's get something straight. Crossroads will mark the celebration of me becoming world champion. As 1 season ago, I won this belt on the very same event. And trust me, when I say that while I've been hardened by my experiences at the top, I have become anything but softened by what has happened in these recent defenses. And come 2 weeks from now, when Chris steps to the rebel who won't back down from anyone, bring whatever face you want, Flame Boy. You're gonna be another name on the list of people I've beaten to remain your ACL world champion. And you're gonna get bent!
Strong words right there from the current world champion. Especially given from what we just saw a moment ago from a potential challenger in Vash Stampede. He, however, has his eyes firmly set on the World Championship defense at Crossroads against Chris, and the intent is clear. But as we get set right here, it is now indeed time for our main event of the evening here tonight from 144, as we get set for a hotly anticipated rematch, as it were, between Alex and Kiryu Kazuma from the All-Star Grand Slam 5. These two faced off once upon a time for the Millennium Championship, and tonight it is all in the name. It is all in the name of mutual respect. Back then, it was about titles. It was about maintaining control. It's reestablishing the balance of power within the All-Star calling back then. Tonight, however, they fight simply to prove who is truly the better man without any titles on the line. And as the familiar battle cry of Kiryu Kazuma enters the ring here tonight, not too far behind him is his partner of the Mad Dragons, and his partner in terms of who will be joining him for the Gauntlet at Crossroads for a #1 contendership opportunity for the tag team titles. In Goro Majima, here comes the Dragon of Dojima and Kiryu Kazuma. And realistically, this also has to be a massive show of force right here for Kiryu, because reasonably speaking here, if he were to go ahead and if he does make a firm impression by beating Alex here tonight, it sets a big imprint on who specifically will walk into that matchup at Crossroads with momentum. We have already seen. Gotta get this out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of Prime 144. This is Kiryu Kazuma versus Alex. Let's get it on. Now, as I was saying with that one before I got distracted by the bit, I need to make it very clear with this one that we have already seen on Millennium that we have very much already been seeing as of late that every team in that matchup so far has gone in with momentum. We have seen massive levels of momentum even with Soldier, as reasonably speaking here, Soldier have very much made it clear from the jump that they are the hot favorites in that matchup. But in my personal opinion, one of the bigger favorites in that matchup, you're looking at them in this ring right now. Kiryu and his partner on the outside, Goro, have made it clear for years that they have been a dominant force as a team. And that is no different right now, especially given that during his heyday as Millennium Champion, Kiryu Kazuma was dominant, and it took a lot out of Alex to even make a dent in him back in the day. And the fact he now has to do it without the potential of a championship on the line, that has got to be leaving a massive dent that is going to be leaving a lot with regards to even making even a shot on Kiryu in that regard. And yet here Alex is putting in the work right here in this encounter right here tonight, and putting it in for good measure. And Kiryu with the leg sweep just like that. And setting him down onto the mat, and 2, only netting him a 1. Just as easily as both men have been trading it firmly in this encounter, arguably whoever has been in control. Oh! Out of nowhere with a third strike! Out of nowhere with a third strike! 2! Literally, as I was saying that they were trading who was in the better position there, Alex just goes ahead and just says, yeah, no, I'm actually in control now. But Kiryu immediately taking it back after the third strike, just like that from out of nowhere. And now Kiryu making it clear, setting him down with a hard-hitting powerbomb, and right there with a ramming knee to the skull for good measure. Both of these men with the clobbering strikes with each other. We've seen this a lot here tonight, but clobbering blow after blow with each other. And continuing to trade those blows with each other continuously in this encounter. Alex not looking good right now, as he's taken a lot at this point. Kiryu maintaining control now that he has obtained it. Jesus Christ. 1, 2. We're only sub 5 minutes into this encounter, and it is already showing that these 2 men are actively actively still in the peak of their physical ability against one another. Slingshotting himself over the ropes, Kiryu is continuing to put the hard-hitting strikes. And the downtown knee strike only makes it harder. But the claw, and oh my god, a sleeper hold right there from out of nowhere by Alex. Sleeper hold right there onto Kiryu, but Kiryu is still in this. Reversing it and only getting a 2 count for his troubles with that one. And now Kiryu setting up Alex just like that. And the hard-hitting drop kick just like that, and a Kamagoye. Low-hanging Kamagoye just like that. Now trying to wear down on the chest, and Alex, no, the belly to belly, hitting the target just like that, but Kiryu's already back up. Clothesline setting him already back down. Again, these 2 just continuing to trade those blows like it's nothing at this point here. I mean, it's hard realistically to tell you exactly, because these 2 I mean, you've seen these 2 go at it in the past. I don't need to tell you that these 2 men put their heart and soul into beating each other down, senselessly assaulting each other like it is nothing at this point. And yet, these two know each other inside out, and you can even see Goro on the outside say that to just end him at this point, but realistically, that isn't Kiryu's style. He wants to methodically make sure that there is an end to Alex at this point, because he knows exactly what to do in order to wear on him down. And the militant slam right there might be part of it with that one. 1, 2. Only netting a 2 count with that one there. It's not looking good. No, Kiryu managing to get his wits about him in the nick of time. Looking to get him. No! Alex thinking another third strike. Kiryu before that was thinking the Dragon Stomp. And yet, Sotenbori Street Cutter right there by Kiryu Kazuma. And now, looking to get as much velocity as he can. Dragon Stomp! 1, 2, no. Only getting a 2 out of the 3 count with that one there. No! God, disaster kick just like that. And this is where I fit, and really, this is Kiryu absolutely letting his frustrations on the matter get the better of him at this point, and he cannot afford that so late into the game at this point here, at this point in time. If he even allows even a fraction of that frustration to get to him, that's it. It's going to be game over quicker than you can imagine with that one there, but no. Forearm landing on the punch with that one there. And Alex might be in trouble here. Single-legged Boston Crab. Single-knee Boston Crab right there. And it's not looking good as the blood is just flowing right out of Alex's head with that one there. I think it might be all in the name of just trying to wear him down at this point. But Alex is simply laying it in there. The grip on Alex is looking pretty grim at this point here. Alex gets out of dodge quicker than you may think. Kiryu is in trouble now. And no! Sizing it up with another third strike here. Referee, what are you doing? 2. No. Referee dallied a bit too much there. I think Alex might be losing it a little bit with that one. Continuing to put the boots and fists right into Kiryu just like that. And Kiryu, Sling Blade right there into the drop kick as well with that one. Right now it's still not looking good on either side. Once again, trying to wear down on that head that he busted open earlier. But it might be to his own detriment, and as Kiryu is running on fumes at this point, even while Alex is not looking good at this point. He needs to find a way to put an end to this sooner rather than later, is all I will say on the matter. And that downtown knee strike may very well be the start of it with that one, but he needs to absolutely put an end to it here and now. And he's thinking it's game over time just like that. Sizing him up, looking to hit him for the Beast Bomb just like that. Exclamation mark! Beast Bomb hits the target, but is he going to be able to capitalize? 1, 2, 3. It took literally every ounce of strength Kiryu had left, but he hit the Beast Bomb. And with that, he manages a massive win for both himself and Goro going into their encounter at that Gauntlet match. In just 2 short weeks, he will in fact be bringing all the momentum in for himself and Goro in that regard. And oh god! Just when you think that's the end of it, we have to see the Bloodsuckers absolutely laying down an assault right there onto an already tired and already exhausted Mad Dragons just like that. Kira immediately going right there for Kiryu just like that. Oh, God. And continuing to wear down on Kiryu just like that, making the statement clear tonight. And right there, as you can see on the inside, Kira is absolutely going nuts on Kiryu, but you can see it on the outside there. We'll turn to that in a moment here. But Goro is being manhandled right here by Hazama as Kira goes to work on the inside on Kiryu just like that. And it is not looking good for the Mad Dragons here, especially given everything that they have been through right here tonight. And Kiryu's trying to defend himself at this point, but he's not making any headway at this point here. And these Bloodsuckers just absolutely weighing down on the Mad Dragons like a group of hyenas at this point. And it is, oh Jesus Christ. And oh no, don't you tell me. Don't you tell me. Oh God, bites the dust right there in the middle of the ring, choking out Kiryu Kazuma just like that. Massively assaulting him, and Goro still getting manhandled on the outside just like that. Getting dropped on his skull just like that. Being distracted, and Hazama absolutely putting in the assault right there onto Goro. And oh God, going out to the cement portion of the stage. Oh God, that's not looking good. And oh Jesus Christ, right there onto the steel. Right there on the inside, Hazama putting in the... Oh! The poison shot just like that. Laying down Goro Majima onto the cement on the outside. All the while, Kiryu is still getting choked on the inside. I'm pretty sure Kiryu is out by this point, but Kira is just not letting go. And to think this is what we might get at the Crossroads Gauntlet.